Hi Scrappy friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to our first layout in our Happy Haunting series. So if you saw the introduction yesterday, then you already know we took the Creative Memories Happy Hauntings paper collection and we divided it up into 4 different page kits. 3 of those are going to be 2-page layouts, then the 4th one will be a single page layout, and then depending on how many scraps we have, I'll come back and do a 5th video showing all the scraps. Okay, so if you missed that video, I'll have it linked at the end of today's video. So today we're going to use the Happy Hauntings paper to scrap some pumpkin carving photos from 2007. We're going to also incorporate the spiderwebs frame punch. So let me put that aside for a moment. Here are the papers from the first page kit. Okay, and I'm going to use white cardstock as my base today. We'll put it just like that. So the first thing I want to do is I know for sure I want a big chunk of the black wood grain at the bottom of my layout. So let me go ahead and bring in my 12-inch trimmer and open up the arm. I want the black paper to have the slants running vertical. So when I cut it, I want to make sure I'm turning it and cutting it so that the big chunk has the planks running vertical. And I think I'm going to do this one at an 8-inch. Okay, and I'm going to put that right down there at the bottom. Okay, let me move my second page. I'm just going to put the pieces aside for a moment as I'm getting ready to do this. So this left-hand page will probably be my focal page where I'll have fewer photos, more embellishments, and then my right-hand page is going to be all the leftover photos that I want to show along with this page. Okay, so for here, I'm going to take a piece of this orange icon paper. I want this is also a directional piece, so I want to make sure that I have it running up and down. And for this one, I'm going to need, I want it to kind of be the mat for my photos. So we're probably going to do about 7-inch piece. And for now, I'm going to keep it as a 12-inch piece, but I know I'm going to cut it. It's going to have some white exposed there, and I probably won't have it running along the whole length. I'll probably cut it here and maybe even move it down a little bit, okay? Because I do want to keep these 2 photos as whole as possible. So then for the striped paper, I'm going to bring in my spiderweb frame punch and I'm going to create a border. So when you're punching it as a border, you want to line it up to the black lines in the front of the punch. And remember that this border also does frames. Okay, but I'm going to use it today as a border. And I'm going to go ahead and do the whole 12-inch border, even though I think that I'm going to only use a small piece of it. Okay, we're going to trim this off. My plan is to tuck it in up at the top here, so I don't need a huge amount. I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4 inches, so that means that the peaks of all the spider webs should be at the 1 1/4 inch. And it's going to look something like that, except I think I only want about half of this border showing. So let me go ahead and cut that right in half. Keep half for the other side. Let's see, I'm going to put my photos back in for my placement. I really want to keep my photos as whole as possible for this layout. Okay, so I think what I want to do is scoot the black wood grain paper up. I want to bring back in my striped paper and I want to do about a 1/2 inch, but I'm actually going to cut about 3/4 of an inch so that I have some room for tucking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at the bottom. It's time to bring in my gray mat so I can get everything aligned. Go ahead and take these off for a moment. Put that to the 1/2 inch mark. Put these probably like that. Let's see how my photos fit. That fits pretty good. And if I could matte them, I think I'm going to bring in that eggplant cardstock to matte them. And I think I wish I had kept one more spider web, so let's see if we like a fourth one. So it kind of extends past my photo. Yes, I like that a lot. Okay, then I want to bring in a third photo because I do want to try and get 3 on here. And so I have this crazy photo of my son, and then I want it like that. There we go. Okay, so it's going to look like this. It's all lined up nice and neat. And what I want to do is to trim this off a little bit. So take them all back off again. And let's see. Probably right here at about the 10.5-inch mark. I think what I want to do is paper tear that to kind of give it a spookier feeling. So I'm going to go up a little bit higher now and it's cutting so nice and straight. I didn't really want it nice and straight, so I'm going to kind of give it a little bit of a... I turned it over so that the white would be exposed on the other side. Little piece of a scrap, you never know. We are going to try and build a layout at the end. So there, I kind of gave it a paper tear look. It doesn't really look so torn on this side. Let me see if I could. There we go. See if we like that. That page is nice too, isn't it? Okay, bring everything back in one more time. Let's try and, I think I want to scoot that over. Let's see. Kind of a, there we go. Now these I could probably trim down the sides a little bit. Not this one, but this one I can trim off to the top. So let me bring in my personal trimmer and we'll trim the photos a little bit. So this one, I have it at, I'm going to take off about, it's probably about 1/2 inch at the top. On the sides, that's not quite a 3.5 by 5, but very close. This one, actually I have less room on this one, so let me start with this one. And then I'm going to line it up, use it as my template for the other one because I want them to be the same. I just like having my photos the same. I think it looks nice on my layouts when they're the same. Yeah, and I'm not going to really trim any off the top or bottom yet, but I still want to matte these, I think. So let's go ahead and get the purple cardstock. Okay, so we have about a 5-inch photo. So I want to get a 5¼ inch mat. It's a 4-inch photo, so I'll do 4¼ inch mat. There we go. Perfect. The other one should be exactly the same, so I'll do another 4¼ inch cut. Yep, I like that purple, just added a little bit of touch to it. Okay, it almost made it. Not quite, so that's okay. Move that one. Let's go ahead and bring this in. Okay, so far I'm liking it. Maybe move this one down a little bit so that I can maybe put my title right there. Let me go ahead and get my photos adhered to the mats and the paper adhered to my background piece, and I'll come back and we'll talk about photo placement and we'll start working on the second page as well. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just wanted to jump back in here really quickly because as I was adhering everything down, I decided that I want to run a piece of washi tape along that strip right there. You'll see where I had adhered the spider webs, but then I decided, then I thought about this washi tape. So I went to my little kit that I created and pulled out this purple washi tape. That's going to be so cute right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It just says Happy Halloween across it, and I actually don't use washi tape very often, so I'm super happy to be doing that. And then I'm going to take my spider webs that I punched out and put them right at the top of the washi tape. Okay, and I only put adhesive on the bottom part so that the top could kind of still be loose for now. So if I want to later, I can go back and put it in, but I thought it would look great just being kind of loose right there. Okay, so I matted these photos onto that eggplant cardstock. So let's see, I want these two bigger photos to be in that block as much as possible. I do want a little orange showing all the way around so that looks like they're matte. And then this vertical photo I want to bring down and put my title right there. Okay, let me slide this to the side a little bit and bring in my other mat. Okay, so let's bring in our second piece of cardstock and figure out what we're going to do with our right hand side. Bring back in the scraps we have left, and we do have a big chunk of the black and white stripe, so I'm liking that so far. I think that would be nice. It'll just kind of look like a continuance of the other page. And let's see, let me get my photos out. I'll probably trim it so it lines up with this page. So what is that? That's going to be about 1.5 inches to remove. And then I can maybe even continue this border across and some more spider webs. I do want to cut out the spider webs first because if that way whatever's left will be my chunk down here. Okay. And then I have these 4 photos of the kids doing the rest of their pumpkins. I will probably have to trim these down a little bit, and I will just put them over there off to the side. Okay, let's go ahead and punch another border really quick. If we don't use it on this page, then that's okay. Okay, so on the other page over here, our black wood grain paper was an 8x12. So I want to just make sure that we have the same for the striped paper on the right hand side. So it'll look like that. Here's our, I'm wondering if I should turn it upside down this time just to get a little more color in here. In fact, I could probably scoot it up a little and then run our washi tape across it like that. Yeah, I think that'll look good. So let's get our photos trimmed down a little bit so we can see some of our paper behind there. Okay, got the photos all trimmed down, and let's see how they fit on our striped paper. I want to try and get them all on the striped paper without matting them. And there we go. I do like that. So let me go ahead and I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to get all the photos adhered down. I'm going to get the paper adhered down on this side, the washi tape across the length there, and the photos adhered on top on the right hand page as well. And then we'll come back and we'll get this page embellished. Hold on. Okay, so welcome back. I have everything adhered down. And what I did while I was off camera is when I went to adhere my paper, I did have to scoot my stripe paper up a bit. So I went back and did a 3/4 inch cut of the black wood grain and kind of just did these 2 pages opposite. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I pointed that out. So then everything aligned up correctly. Okay, so I adhered the orange paper here, and I am feeling like I have a lot exposed, more than I would like. So I'm going to have to find a border sticker or something, some more washi to cover that up. But let's first talk about where am I going to embellish. So the first thing is, where am I going to journal and where am I going to put my title? Well, I know for sure my title is going to go right here. And as far as journaling, I don't have a lot to say. This is going to be right into my family chronological album. I think it's going to, pretty much speak for itself. And I don't remember a lot of any like specific details about this night except for maybe the fact that my son did enter his pumpkin into a school contest that year. So there might be a little bit of journaling, but I really don't think so. So I'll probably do a page in his school album talking about that instead. So for now, no journaling, but my title is going to go right here. And then as far as my embellishment clusters go, what I'm going to do is have a medium-sized one right over here somewhere, and the big one up at the top, and then the small one, I was kind of trying to decide if I want that by the title or over here in the center of those 4 photos. So I think a better visual triangle would be there in the center of the 4 photos. Let me show you what I picked for my title. I used these gold titles that I had put in the kit, and I saw this one that I just loved, and it said, "Hey Pumpkin." And I thought that's super cute because those are my kids carving pumpkins for the year, and I just thought that was a great way to kind of say it. Now there were no commas. I wish it would be like, "Hey, comma, pumpkin," but there were no commas, so it's just going to say, "Hey Pumpkin." Now I do want to create a base for that, because once I peel it off from its backing, it's going to look like it's just floating in space there. So my idea is to take some more of this purple cardstock and bring back in our spiderweb frame punch, and this time use it as a frame and create a little base for that title. So let's try that out. Okay, so I'm going to start with a 4-inch square, and when you make a frame, you follow the silver lines off to the sides and not the black ones in the front. You can do frames as small as starting with a 4-inch, and then you can go up by every 2 inches from there. Okay, so then it gives me one punch in the center, and then I turn it counterclockwise. You can go the other direction if you prefer. Pull that out, turn it again. One more time, punch. Okay, and there we go. Let's slide this back down, and that's going to give us a base for our title. I think I'm going to like that better so it's not just floating, and I'm probably going to move that around. Okay, I think that's going to be super cute. I also need to get some bases going for the rest of these. So let's start with over here. So I think when I bring in the sticker sheet, I was looking to see what all I could use for bases. And I like this one because it has the colors that we're using on our layout, and it has the jack-o'-lantern. So to be perfect for what we need. And so I think that just kind of tuck this in like that. I'm going to loosely put it there in case I change my mind. Over here for a base, on here is this haunted house. I thought that was super cute. You know what, before I do that, I do want to figure out what I'm going to put here because I really want to cover up some more of that orange. And so I was looking at the sticker strips, and I really like the spiders. Since we used so many spider webs on this page, I thought it would be cute to kind of have this running along like that, up a little higher. I do want a little bit of orange. Get it as close to the edge. Very creepy, 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 creepy. Okay, so then coming back up here with our haunted house, I'm going to do something like this. See if I can lift up those spiders a little bit on top of that one web, just covering it completely up. Again, I'm kind of laying it down gently. For that area, I want to bring in this orange paper that I used on the other side and a 2-inch circle punch. And I'm just going to punch out a circle. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to bring in the paper from the other side in some capacity. So I want to bring in, kind of make it look like a moon behind there. I'm going to bring in the wood veneer that I had in my kit. I liked these wood veneers. I really want to try and use them up. So I thought it would be cute if I said, "Hey Pumpkin," and put a jack-o'-lantern right there. And then I have some other ones. I have bats and a ghost. So I do want to bring in each one of those, put the ghost over here and the bat up here, like he's flying around the moon. Okay, let's see what else. I haven't forgotten about this area since I have this sheet out. First, I wanted to point out this card right here. I thought that was cute for our series. Happy haunting and to all a good fright. Very cute. Wonder if I could work that in somehow in one of these layouts. So, okay, so I see these spider webs here, and I'm thinking that one of those would be perfect for right there. And so I'm going to try this big one. Let me get my multi-purpose tool. And my idea is just to put it right here over all of them, and you could see through it, which is super cute. You can't really see it on the screen, but in person it looks really cute. And then this big spider, bring it in and put it right on top. Oh yeah, that's cute. That's cute. Kind of goes with all of our cobwebs and our spiders that we're using. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to take off this little guy here and probably put him over here on our pumpkin. Let me scoot this over so you can see what I'm doing. Just place him on the pumpkin like that. Or actually, let's move him up to the purple pumpkin. You can probably see it a little bit better. There we go. That's super cute. Let's see if there's anything else on the icon sheet that I want to use. I think I like these little sparkly looking stars. They're like little twinkly things, and I think I'm gonna maybe do something like that at the top up here, especially on the white paper. It looks really cute. Maybe I'll put one right over here. Yep, I like it. Now this wood veneer is on a little piece of foam. Probably going to take that off because the bat is enough dimension for me. Okay, and same with the other wood veneers. There's a couple more twinkling stars, so let me see. I would like to add one maybe right over here, maybe two. I don't want to push that one down too hard until I get that title all here down. Okay, let's kind of move that one off. There we go. That's cute. Okay, let's see. I think that's it as far as the twinkling ones, but there is this one which I will bring right over there. So I have some twinkling stars in every cluster. So everything is pretty much adhered down except for my title. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to start with the P right in the middle, and it's going to touch the top of that mat on that frame, on that picture. Okay, so I'm just going to continue and line everything up, go front and back. I'll put you on fast forward, and so you don't have to watch me adhere all these down. Okay, there we go. Let me straighten that out. And we are finished. I will adhere the wood veneer off camera, and I'll do that with a little bit of liquid glue. And as well as I will make sure that this spider web here in the center stays on pretty well too. So there we go. We're done with layout number 1 for our Happy Haunting series. I hope that you're enjoying this. If you are, I would appreciate it if you would click that like button. Thank you so much for doing that. It really helps to spread my content to other scrappy friends that want to watch this kind of series. With that, I will say goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.